Sometimes I take life for granted. And I'm sure you do as well. I'm sure everybody on the planet does. But here's the thing. This is something I haven't been able to get away from today. It's something that came up when I was training. And it's useful every time I train every day. I allow myself not to think about anything else. I create space in my mind, if you like, because I'm too busy exerting my energies elsewhere. But when I do that, more often than not, things come up through me. Thoughts that just appear. Things I've contemplated, or things to contemplate, or things that my mind, my body have decided to contemplate, to think about, and give time to, and time and energy. And since this has come from me, that's important. The time and energy is important. So today it was about, sometimes I just take my life for granted. At any moment, any day, if I'm not doing something which drives towards my true purpose, how I want to interact in the world and give value, I'm wasting that energy. I'm wasting that time. How many times have I gotten up and just done nothing and lay around when I should have been doing other things? Lots of times. Why have I done that? Doesn't really matter really, but sometimes it's the usual stuff. The expectation. And here's the thing about expectation, of course. You expect to wake up tomorrow. But what if you didn't? That's a hell of an assumption, isn't it? And that's what made me think this morning, well, what if it didn't happen? What if this is it? What if today was the last day? What the hell would you do? What would you think? Hold on, well, I was going to do that, but I was going to wait till this X, Y, Z happened. I was going to wait until the time was perfect. I was going to wait until I felt good enough. I felt enough. That time is right now. And I remind myself, and this is what came up for me this morning, the time is now to act. Everything you're doing, or thinking about doing, or dwelling on, start doing it. Because you're taking your time for granted. You're taking your energy for granted. So start taking responsibility for your life. If there's something you want to achieve, if you have some kind of life, ideal day, ideal life that you have in your head, why is it still in your head? Why is it still in my head? Why am I doubting myself? Why am I stop myself from doing things which will bring everything to me? Everything I've ever wanted and choose to have. And yet I still get in my own way. I know I do. But what I do know is that I'm bringing awareness to it. And when you bring awareness to it, you can change it. Time's ticking. You cannot stop the hands of time from ticking. You just cannot. Every tick is a second closer to the end of you. That sounds a bit real, doesn't it? But it's true. Every day you tick off is another day less you have on this planet. Have you done what you said you were going to do today? Yes, no. It's a simple thing. You either chose to do it or you chose not to do something. What if you don't wake up tomorrow? Sounds morbid, but it can be a reality. I'm not planning on it. But it's just to remind myself how important my time is for me. My energy is to me. So if I've got things in my head and I've got so many things I want to do with my life already, and I'm 45, so time is ticking, I better get a move on and stop allowing the bullshit stories, the bullshit excuses, the reasons why I'll do it another day to prevent me from moving forwards. Everything starts with me. Everything. Every journey, every thought, every reason, everything. Absolutely everything. And I've decided I'm going to remind myself that life is precious, time is precious, energy is precious. I'm taking it too much for granted too many times. Those times when you said you were going to do one thing and then you just sit mindlessly watching the TV. It's pointless. What a waste of a life. It's alright to relax every now and then, but if you're doing it for hours and hours and every day, and then you're saying I haven't got time to do this, that and the other, that's bullshit. Done that too. So take your life in both hands. If there's something you keep putting off to do, do it. Make it in your intention, because as soon as you make your intention, it'll start coming towards it. Me and Joy have done this recently. We've been planning more days, more weekends, more weeks to do certain things. And guess what? When you make it your intention, it happens. And it makes you feel good. And you're not taking life for granted, because you start appreciating what you've got. You appreciate everything around you. I appreciate myself more, appreciate my family more, appreciate my wife, my son, my mum and dad. I take my mum and dad for granted, and they're much older than me. Their time on this planet has got less. Well, in theory, their time on this planet is less than mine. That's not strictly true. I don't know that because I can't predict the future. But going on normal life expectancies. Anyway, I digress. The fact is, appreciate everything you have already. I know I haven't done that enough. But I am now. Because then you realise what really is important. You can then create everything else after. It's when we get caught up in our own mindset, our own brain, our own fears, that we just go round and round. So how about not taking life for granted? How about taking responsibility right this second for your life? It's no one else's fault for anything other than your own. So if there's something you're putting off, ask yourself why. Why are you putting that off? Start facing these realities. As soon as you do, as soon as you make intentions known for what you really want to do, this is when things start moving. But only you get to control that. So, you taking your life for granted? Until tomorrow, take care.